Hi, I'm Benton, here to tell you all about RCA cables. So RCA connectors have a pin in the middle and like a shield around that. And they're commonly used for carrying analog audio and video. They can carry other signals as well. Let's start with just a simple 1 meter long RCA cable. This is just for connecting one signal, maybe just for connecting video between, say, a VCR and a TV. The cables can come in configurations where they have multiple RCAs on one snake, right? This one here has 3 plugs at each end, video typically, and then the white and the red are usually used for analog left and right audio. So this would send a video signal with its stereo audio down the cable, but you can actually use those ends for whatever you want. The thicker the cable, however, the more bandwidth hungry signal it can send. So this is a thicker cable that's typically used for component analog video, even potentially a higher def component analog signal. And that is coded with a green, a red, and a blue lettering there for the black and white picture, as well as the color signal, which is made up of the 2 color difference signals. It's just a fancy way of saying one is telling you the X position and the other the Y position, and where the signal adds up, that's a different color on the rainbow depending on where in the chart it lands. But these metal gold-plated conductors and the thicker cable make it more suitable for that higher bandwidth signal that you might want to send down the cable. You can also find RCAs in other configurations here. So here's a white and a red gold-plated RCA intended for stereo audio, with video being carried by this S conductor or YC or S video connector here. This cable keeps the color and black and white separate, but in this case YC only has the Y, the black and white, and the C, the color, separated, so it's not as high a quality signal as the component analog. Finally, you can send RCA connections down all kinds of different cables depending on what kind of adapters you use. So this is a snake that includes several BNC connectors that are at the ends of coaxial cable, with a conductor in the middle and a braided wrap around that that helps keep noise away from the signal. And then several of these have these BNC to RCA adapters on them. And so you can put these adapters on these BNC cables and either convert a signal from RCA on one end to BNC on the other end, or just treat it like an RCA cable by putting that plug on both ends. This snake also has, interestingly enough, some female RCA plugs on it. So again, you see we have the green, the red, and the blue, and each of these is actually labeled with the component analog signal types, Y, CR, and CB. And so those are, again, the black and white information, and the 2 color difference signals would commonly be used there. Lastly, you can even take a lowly coaxial cable used for cable TV. This kind of connector is called an F connector. And so typically this is like not as high a quality as a BNC coaxial cable, but same idea, coaxial signal. And on one end, we've actually put an RCA adapter here. So you can screw on an RCA adapter to turn that F connector into an RCA. So have fun, happy plugging.